The Armistice 100 competition is a competition for young people run by the University of Lincoln and tied around the 100-year anniversary of the Armistice, 1918-2018, and it's split into 3 categories for primary school children, middle school children and senior children to write a poem around the theme of Armistice, whether it be focusing directly on the Great War or perhaps looking at other wars. And the winning poems, which are 3 in each category, will be published in an anthology of poems by school children. I'm one of 3 judges for the Armistice 100 competition, alongside the poet Imtiaz Darka, and there are involvements from the university staff as well. So we'll be reading every single poem that's entered. I gather that there are already hundreds throughout the country that have been entered, so we'll look at all of those and we'll draw up our short list of poems that will go into the anthology itself, and then from that short list we'll be picking winners in each of the 3 categories. So we're going to be looking for excellence, for memorability, for originality, and for a sense that the young writer has read poetry and has made a poem. I think it's very important when you write that you read, because from reading you learn to build up your own craft and your own voice in a poem. Well, I hope that many schools will become involved, that teachers will be going into the classrooms and encouraging children to think about ideas of war and peace, to think about history, to think about perhaps conflict in our own times, and find a way through the language of poetry to get their thoughts, feelings and ideas about that down. It's very encouraging, although the competition is centred here at the University of Lincoln, that entries are coming in from other areas in the UK. And I think poetry is one of the most interesting and rewarding ways of writing about big issues like war. I think anyone who writes, whether you're a child, a student, an adult writer, for all of us who want to write poetry, it's so important that we read it. I think poetry is the music of being human, but that music also involves a craft, a shaping, a making, and we need to learn about craft and technique through our reading, and there's so much to learn from the great poets who have gone before. I don't think it's possible to write a poem if you've never read a poem. So reading and writing for me are 2 sides of the same coin, really. You can't have one without the other. You can't dance without music.